Hey, everybody. Okay, so we're just gonna, I always start about 5 minutes early so that you guys can come on in and we can start this show and it's going to be beautiful. So come on in and let's do this thing. Let's have a great time tonight. We're gonna have such a great time. We have so many people that are gonna be on the show tonight. And I can give you a few of those right now. It's pretty awesome, actually. We're going to be hearing from Ohikatha. That is one of the most interesting names in the world, but it's a mix. Hi, Evan. It's a mix of lots of different of this guy's name, and he's going to tell you all about that, which is going to be really, really cool. And so you're going to want to get to know them. They're just such an interesting group, and I can't wait for you to get to know who they are. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So Hikatha is going to be on tonight. We have music from everybody from let's see, the Green Man and the Muse. That's going to be so much fun. To let's see, Adam Crabtree. We've got a little bit of Isaac Rude. 5-Year Mission. We're going to play some 5-Year Mission for you tonight. A little bit of Ohikatha, of course. Andrew Davis. A little bit of Jennifer Medkeff. We met her. Remember? We met Jennifer. She is just so awesome. We have one of her songs on tonight. We have a little bit of Bradford Ray Bailey, and we're going to play a little bit of Celtic Rain, of course. That'll be fun, and it'll just be so awesome. And then we are going to play a little bit of Darwin Prophet, some Laughing Jack, and some, let's see, Quincy Followwheeler. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. I am so sorry, Quincy. But yeah, so that's pretty awesome. And so I intrigue you. Come on in. I'm just started a little bit early so that we can get this party started. It's going to be so much fun. So yeah, come on in. Let's just let you all in. While you're doing that, let me tell you a little bit. If you are a musician or have a band and there's only like 2 or 3 requirements, and you want me to play your music. What you have to do, and this is so easy, what you need to do is go to and send MP3s and a bio about yourself. Send me as many MP3s as you want, and I will play them, okay? To Celtic Rain 777@gmail.com. Send it there, okay? And then I will play your music. And that's how this works. And it has to be yours or not copyrighted, meaning it's in the domain where everybody can play it. You know, it needs to be not offensive. If it's offensive, I won't play it because this is a family show. And you need to be a small label artist or an independent artist. So those are the 3 things that I ask, okay? Because I want your music to be shown. The reason I started Celtic Rain Radio Show is because people like Celtic Rain, like us, don't get our music played out very often because we're small label artists. We do everything ourselves, and frankly, it's really hard to get our stuff onto the radio because you have to pay to get your stuff on the radio a lot of times, and you have to be part of this big machine that we're just not part of. And there are so many groups out there that are like us. They're not part of that big machine. And so what I decided a long time ago was that I wanted to create a radio show, a show that people like us who are amazing musicians and have great music will be able to go on and get their stuff played, because it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. So during the pandemic, guess what? I had time. Who doesn't have time right now, right? I had time. And so what ended up happening was I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, this has been on my heart for 5 years, and now it's time. It's time for this baby to happen. It's time for this to come for fruition. And it was really interesting because it's here, right? I know, it's really awesome. So guys, if you have music and you want me to play it, The only three requirements: has to be your music or has to be public domain. Because, copyright stuff. Number 2, you have to be a small label artist or an independent artist. The bigger labels, you guys just don't need me. I would love to have your stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now that I'm here to push the little guy forward. And number 3, it can't be offensive because this is a family show. But let me tell you a little bit. Hi, Milton. So nice to see you guys on this show. I'm so excited to see everybody showing up. All right, let me tell you about our first set of music. It's really amazing, guys. Our first set of music, we're going to hear a little Beltane Fire by Green Man and the Muse. Now, they are not from America, and they have some stuff that I'm still trying to figure out. Like, I think it sounds French, but they're so interesting. They're a folk music, earth-friendly music. It's really interesting. I can't wait for you to hear them. And then we have Peek Inside of Heaven by Adam Crabtree. It's a country ballad. Very beautiful. And then we have Stars by Isaac Rude, another country tune. So those are the 3 first songs that you're going to hear, and then we're going to hear from Ohikatha, okay? I can't wait for you guys to hear them. They are so awesome. And let me just give them to you right now. Now, understand, there are so many things that you're going to hear tonight, and every single one of the things that you've heard tonight, I have permission to play. Everybody has given me permission to play all of the things that you hear tonight. Okay? So, here we go. You guys ready? Let's do it.
How can I tell you, since I just met you, all of the feelings I have deep inside? How can I share them if I don't know you well enough to start to confide? But I just lose control down deep within my soul. Beltane fire begins to rise, and I watch it flicker in your eyes. I'm warmly drawn to you. Flashlights around me, stars far above me, and you walking near me, I reach for your hand. And if your heart knew how much I want to reach out and touch you, would you understand? But I just lose control down deep within my soul. Beltane fire begins to rise, and I watch it flicker in your eyes. I'm warmly drawn to you. Beltane fire, Beltane fire. It's almost the full moon, and I know too soon that I will not see you. Then what will I do? So now I am singing and you are hearing, and I hope you are knowing this song is for you. But I just lose control down deep within my soul. Beltane fire begins to rise, and I watch it flicker in your eyes. I'm warmly drawn to you. But I just lose control down deep within my soul. Beltane fire begins to rise, and I watch it flicker in your eyes. I'm warmly drawn, I'm warmly drawn to you, to you. Mm-hmm.
Feels like forever since you went away, but I can still see your smile and hear you laugh and think about you every day. I wish I could call you up every now and then, just to hear you talk, to shoot the breeze and you can tell me how you've been. But Lord, I wish there were a way I can take one look through those pearly gates. Can I just get a peek inside of heaven, see you walk those streets of gold, flying with your brand new wings, listening to the angels sing. Never grows old. I wouldn't need much time, just a quick glimpse and I'd be fine. Wouldn't hurt so bad, you know, if I could get a peek inside of heaven. There are times I want to bring you back, even for a day, to tell you all the things that I forgot to say. But I know that you can see me now, and we'll meet again one day, high above the clouds. But for now, can I just get a peek inside of heaven, see you walk those streets of gold, flying with your brand new wings, listening to the angels sing. No one ever grows old. I wouldn't need much time, just a quick glimpse and I'd be fine. Wouldn't hurt so bad, you know, if I can get a peek inside of heaven, just a peek inside of heaven.
You guys, I know, for all you country people out there who just love country music, that was a little bit of my heart for you. That's right. But guess what? Now it's time to meet our band of the night. That's right, guys. Ohikatha, here we come. Ohikatha is coming right now. Okay, everybody, I am so excited. We have a new band to me, but they are so phenomenal. Their name is, and I want to make sure I say this right, but it's Ohikatha. And believe me, they will tell you all about their self. That is the most original name. I'm so excited to have them on the show. This is going to be such an interesting show. So tell me about your band. Where did that name come from? That is crazy.
And you notice that both of them turned and looked at me right away. Okay. So Ohikatha, very plainly, is my traditional family name in Gaelic. My grandfather immigrated over from Waterford just prior to World War II, and found a lot of work in the steel mills in Pittsburgh. So it's basically Hickey in the American version is what my side of the family's name is. So therefore, a lot of it stems from like the clans. If you kind of do the genealogy of it, what's kind of interesting is if you ever looked at our coat of arms, there's we've got a bar sinister on it because given that we're a bunch of drunken Irish people, at one point I think we were like high-ranking physicians or lawyers to the royalty way back in the Middle Ages, and obviously someone said something they shouldn't know, but in a drunken stupor, and then there you go.
It sounds like Irish people. Something.
So.
Sounds awesome. So tell us about the band. You guys are not here in Indy where I am. Where are you guys at?
For the most part, Central Florida. We're kind of scattered about Florida a little bit. We're coming to you from Orlando, April. Yeah. This is her place.
Nice.
And then this is Jennifer, who's our violinist, fiddle player, and occasionally pulls out 1,700 other instruments when we're not looking.
That's true.
Our drummer could not make it tonight, and neither could our bass player. But for the most part, we're a standard 5-piece with acoustic instruments such as mandolin, violin, 12-string acoustic guitars and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? How'd you get together?
She's my niece.
Well, that helps.
A
lot.
And this one here, we jokingly call ourselves brother and sister, but we've been performing with each other off and on, going on 10 years almost.
Yeah, 10 years, and I helped them out for a while with their metal band, Earn, and I played keyboard for a while, and I feel help get on guitar sometimes.
Nice.
But yeah, it's actually pretty cool because what was it like? It's coming up on like just a little over a year when you asked me. It was at Wawa. Do you guys have Wawa there?
Yes. Tell me about Wawa. Is it a radio station?
We'll tell you all about Wawa. Yes.
Okay.
Tell me all of
them. I don't know. They might have something equivalent up north, but in they have them in Florida, all over Florida. But it's like a gas station that has like awesome food, and you can get like awesome food and smoothies and sandwiches even at like 3 a.m. So like after a show, that's where we go. Like instead of just going like to Taco Bell or whatever McDonald's, we go to Wawa because it's affordable. Nice. And after an acoustic gig that Dominic did as a solo artist, and then I did solo, we talked about it, and he asked, he brought up Ohikatha to me, and I actually like love Celtic music, and I like grew up listening to that type of music, so it was just kind of a good match.
I actually played into the family, also the metal band that we play in. I actually ended up seeing them when I was about 18, based in a show that was in Iowa, and I actually snuck in to go see this show. And then next thing you know, like 10 years later, I marry into the family. Like, wait, I've seen you play. Did you play here? Like, list the concert dates. You're like, yeah. I'm like,
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I married my guitarist as well, so he can't get away.
Cool.
So I understand. Yeah, it's keep it in the family. It's cheap. It's cheaper help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always that. No, but that's really awesome. I love the mix that you guys have. So how do you when you're writing, do you guys all write together, or is it something more on the lines of who writes most of the songs? Is it kind of
up to this point?
Got it. All right.
Up to this point, I've done the vast majority of the writing because conventionally, we did it all under the Earn moniker. Earn, As You Keep Ashes in A, was the name of the metal band. And I had kind of just started integrating the Celtic side of us into it, like right around 2005, 2006.
Right.
So, we put out an album called Dancing with the Demigods, which one of the songs you're going to play later is on that. And it kind of opened the doors for us to play with we got paired up with a lot of folk metal bands. So we ended up going on playing a lot of shows with bands like Fintroll, Tyr, and Sephirum, a lot of the Scandinavian, folk metal bands, Corpora Kalani. And so that, because we kind of had that element going to us. Now, I found out later there was like a whole genre called Celtic metal, like bands like Primordial, if I'm saying it correctly. But kind of what we did was we kind of just took what we do and we kind of multifaceted, so we can do it both electrically as a metal band, kind of give it in another radio interview that I had done, one of the listeners called in and said that we reminded them of Metallica meets the Dropkick Murphys.
Okay. That's nice.
I can't say I was comfortable with that, but they weren't wrong. So we went with it, and but kind of what we've been doing over the last year, we decided that, because we also do kind of like a gothic symphonic type of a thing, so it was starting to cause a confusion with fans. Which version of Earn were you going to see? We're going to see this types of songs. We're going to see this types of songs. So eventually, I just kind of gave up the ghost, and I separated the two bands, if you will, with the Ohikada name, just to alleviate that confusion. And we've been playing for just about a year now.
Yeah, a little over a year with this lineup, and it's cool because we get to perform those songs. And even though there were songs maybe that you previously wrote, I think when they're different performers performing it, it adds something different to it. Mm-hmm. And then we also get to do our take of traditional Irish songs. So
right.
Kind of mix that in there and then do our originals. And but now we're starting to write new stuff, and now we're all kind of contributing.
Yeah.
Now
that's nice.
Future of Ohikada.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to be listening to Autumnal Sunrise next. So tell us about that song.
Basically, very simply, I wrote it on the 1-year anniversary when my mother's mother had passed away from cancer. I was living in Kenosha, Wisconsin at the time, and I was working an overnight job in between tours. And Zoe is our pet is about to come into the screen.
Okay.
That's
Mine
okay.
might come in. I'm just letting you know. Oh, there's a cat.
So basically what it was is I would work in between tours when I was in a band that was touring with some major names back in the 90s. I would work an overnight job in between tours, and sometimes when you're working overnight shift, I would go to the Kenosha Marina and watch the sunrise over Lake Michigan, and kind of that's where the idea came from. I kind of wrote it down, and eventually that song kind of progressed later in that year. So that was around 1997, I think, when I originally wrote it, but I didn't actually put it into a band setting until probably 2010. So.
Oh, nice. Well, we're going to listen to that. We're going to listen to Autumnal Sunrise, and then we'll talk to you a little bit later as well. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Unmuting is a beautiful thing. So we had to pre-record. We had to pre-record the interview so that we could get all of Ohikada in the interview, because several of them are practicing tonight and performing tonight. I wanted to make sure that I got the heart of who they are. So This is a pre-recorded interview, but we do have a part of Ohikta on our chat. So if you have a question for them, please put it on the chat, and we'll make sure that they get the question, and then they can answer it, and we'll make sure their answer is up there as well. It's going to be so great. I'm also going to actually put just the interviews up on our YouTube channel right after everything is done tonight, so that you guys can be able to see the actual interview, because it's playing on my computer when I just play it, but technical difficulties with our streaming program, you know how that is. I love you guys so much for understanding that. But we have 3 songs for you guys. We, of course, have Autumnal Sunrise by Ohikta. Yay. And then we have I'm Mud by 5 Year Mission. You guys got to know them a little bit earlier, remember? They were one of my bands that I actually interviewed. And then we have Shadows by Andrew Davis. It's kind of an electronic, psychedelic tone poem. And it's he's got some really interesting stuff that can, frankly, I could see it like going on some weird movie as like weird background or something. So those are the 3 songs we're going to play for you right now, and I can't wait for you guys to actually hear them. Here we go. Here you go.
Hey! shadow, both here and not here. We are shadows. We are shadows. We are shadows. We are
Hey, you guys, you want to hear something just absolutely out there? This guy looks like my brother-in-law. No freaking lie. My husband was actually sitting there saying, he looks like my brother. So, Patrick Lawson, shout out to you. You got a double, dude. And he's obviously very happy most of the time because he's a shadow. I'm sorry, I'm having just way too much fun. All right, so this is where we are. We're going to hear 3 more songs, beautiful songs. Okay, so we're going to hear Courage in Your Name by Jennifer Medcalf. Jennifer, we did an interview with her. She's a harpist. She is amazing. And yeah, I can't talk more about how wonderful this woman is. So we're going to hear Courage in Your Name by her. And then we're going to hear John's Scope by Bradford Ray Bailey. It's kind of a jazz guitarist and jazz band behind it. Really, really amazing. Really amazing, okay? So some great stuff that we're going to hear very soon. And then, guys, you're going to hear some Celtic Rain. And it's not going to be your normal Celtic Rain because we have several sides to ourselves. Front, sides, and back, right? Okay, so I'm just having fun with you. But Celtic Rain does Celtic music, obviously. We got and do a lot of things. But you guys might not know. And if you do, then there you go. I am a minister, and the stuff that I write tends to be a little more, oops, I just hit the microphone, little more spiritual. Knowing that, I write spiritual stuff. Well, one of the songs that I've written is called Come Now to the Table, and we recorded it, and it's on our last album that we've just put out about a year and a half ago. Anyways, needless to say, Come Now to the Table is the last song on that set. And then, yay, we hear from Ohikatha again. Understand it is pre-recorded, so if you just get the vocals, please listen. They're an amazing band. You need to hear them. You need to hear the heart of who they are. And just go and find them. I'm going to put up these videos on YouTube so that you can see them because they seem to play on my computer, but there you go. So, here we come with a little bit more music just for you. Jennifer, here we go.
trapped by the choices I've already made. Breaking free from where I am doesn't seem like it could be. So I wait, worry, wonder what will become of me. 'Cause I've forgotten who I am, who you intended me to be. I was made for faith and love. I was not made for misery. I will remember that my power comes from you who set me free. I will arise and claim my courage in your name. My courage in your name. You've promised me your presence. Forgive my unbelief. I've chosen to believe instead in things that I could see. But you've overcome the world for me. The least that I could do is remember I'm your daughter and place my trust in you. But I've forgotten who I am, who you intended me to be. I was made for faith and love. I was not made for misery. I will remember that my power comes from you who set me free. I will arise and claim my courage in your name. My courage in your name. Sometimes the courage that I need is to face another day. You are here beside me, and in your promise I have faith. Nothing could ever keep me from the joy that is you, and that promise gives me courage for the things I'm going through. And I remember who I am, who you intended me to be. I am made for faith and love. I was not made for misery. I will remember that my power comes from you who set me free. So I arise and claim my courage in your name. My courage in your name. Abba Father, Jesus Savior, I take courage in your name. Firm foundation, light of the world, I take courage in your name. King of kings, Lord of lords, Lamb of God and Prince of Peace, I take courage in your name. You are the way, the truth, the life, my rock, redeemer, holy one. I take courage in your name. And I remember who I am, who you intended me to be. I am made for faith and love. I was not made for misery. I will remember that my power comes from you who set me free. And I arise and claim my courage in your name. My courage in your name. My courage in your name. In this life, there are times when we feel that still small voice, searching here, searching there, calling out to our hearts. Trust in me and you'll see that you will never need, 'cause every time you feast on me, there is life. So come now to the table where you hunger no more, where your heart longs to taste and see. Come now to the feast. Can't you see you're invited to come now and eat? So what do we need to do when we come to the table? Just take part and let it consume your heart. Understand that God can bring healing and wholeness, 'cause every time you feast on me, there is life. So come now to the table where your hunger no more, where your heart longs to taste and see. Come now to the feast. Can't you see you're invited to come now and eat? Come now to the table where your hunger no more, where your heart longs to taste and see. Come now to the feast. Can't you see you're invited to come now and eat? We cannot live on bread alone unless it's the bread of God. We cannot give a living feast. It all
You guys, that is part of my heart as well. My stand with my computer on it is shaking. Yes, you saw Samuel. He's in that one as well. Yay, Samuel. He's over there if you would like to ask him a question. He is there as well, which is gorgeous because I adore my husband. But guess what? We now have our second interview with Ohikada. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to see if I can play this video and actually be a video, or if it's just audio. If it's just audio, guys, please listen. They are amazing. You guys have got to go look them up, figure out who they are for you, and just be in love with them for the rest of your life. I now am. I'm now completely in love with Ohikada for the rest of my life. And one day, I love you guys. We have got to play together somehow. Somehow, this has got to be made happen, right? Okay, here we go. Yay. Okay, guys, we are back with Ohikada, and this has been an amazing show so far. Some beautiful music, some really interesting things. I'm absolutely loving every moment of having this show. But now we're back with this beautiful band, and we're going to have such a great time getting to know you guys. So, who wants to go first and tell us about yourself? Fingers went that way.
Age before beauty.
Oh,
that's okay. No, that's all right. You see what I go through on a daily basis here.
Dude, you are outnumbered.
Yeah, I am. I've been playing professionally going on just around 30 years now. I was very fortunate and blessed. I went to college in Cleveland in a small Jesuit school called John Carroll University. And through that, I had become the operations station manager of it for a while. And in 1991, that's how I'm going to date myself here, we won Radio Station of the Year through CMJ Magazine. And so a lot of us that were on the director staff, it opened us a lot of opportunities for internships. So I got to work for a couple of major radio stations. At the time was 107.90 N, WENZ, no longer in existence, Clear Channel saw to that. But our sister station was 98.5 WNCX. And because I was able to work the weekend shifts, a lot of the bands that I played in the Cleveland area, we ended up getting a lot of opportunities because guess what? You got free radio promotion just by my being there. And one thing like another, it got me into a couple of major bands in the 90s where I played guitar, bass, and then just very, very blessed. Got to play with so many major icons, ranging from, I mean, it could be something acoustic, like playing with like Gordon Lightfoot, all the way up to, doing tour dates with Typo Negative. And It was just a wonderful, wonderful ride. And mostly we did that under the Earn name. We're entering our 20th anniversary in May in New Orleans. Ohikada is supposed to play the day before, May the 4th, pandemic pending. Classically trained. I studied at a conservatory in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, learning classical guitar and jazz. And then I trained at Columbia College under Dr. Carol Verdi for classical voice for 4 years. Nice. And so that's
this is a resume. Let me write all this down.
Well, my husband is actually a classical guitarist. He studied at Butler, so I understand. When we first got married, he would take his guitar everywhere, and I said, by the way, you married me, and the guitar gets to stay home when we go on dates. Just gonna say. I'm like, no. He's like, but it's mine, and I'm like, no. So I understand.
My wife is a non-musician, and ironically, what drew me to you was my daughter's name is Rain. So
there you go.
The element Rain. So I was like, oh wow. I was like, I saw Celtic Rain. It's like, why didn't I come up with that?
That would have been perfect.
That would have been. All right. So who's next, ladies? Tell us about yourselves.
So when we actually got married, we brought in our performance art into our wedding, and we actually got married with a whip tie instead of a traditional, what is that called when you wrap the hands together?
Hand fasting.
We did a hand fasting, but we did it with a whip. And then we also lighting our dresses on fire. So we brought the performance world into our wedding. Otherwise,
wow.
I've been actually a performer for about the last 10 years, but almost no music. Music for me is actually fairly recent as a performer. I did I want to say about 12 years of violin, about 2 years of guitar, a couple years of piano, and then most recently I started into my bass guitar journey to join along with this group.
Nice.
Relatively young as a musician, but otherwise a performer for about 10 years, though it's mostly been fire performing and whip cracking.
Nice. I do a little bit of whip with our Renaissance Fair situation. I'm not great at it, but I like. Yeah, it's real fun. That's really fun.
Which fair in Indy do you do whips with?
Oh, so okay. So there we have a group called The Lute and the Lady, and we do a lot of Tom Lear music.
Oh,
and I know, right? And so we do masochism tango. And so I use the whip in that because it's just fun. And then I just walk around the fair sometimes when we're not playing, and I just, don't kill people, but crack it. Because why not?
Every time I go to Renaissance fairs, it's usually to see other whip performers there. So the one that was down here, we went to see Aaron Bonk, who holds 4 Guinness World Records in whip cracking. We've been to the Bristol Renaissance Fair, and Adam Winrich holds I don't remember, a dozen or so.
Yeah, that's the mothership. Bristol's the mothership.
A dozen or so. I think I'm around a dozen Guinness World Records in whip cracking. So I try to avoid not doing the whip thing, because otherwise people are like, wait, is that oh no, it's just you. I'm like,
what?
I was you understand yourself. You have all these amazing talents and world records and stuff.
She's got a whole
do not have a world record.
He even gave me a couple because he ran out of wall space just to hang up in my office. I'm just like,
that's hilarious. All right, well, what about you? Tell us about yourself.
Okay, it's my turn. Okay, well, I'm April Rose, and I play guitar and ohikada. I guess guitar and sometimes mandolin.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes mandolin we share custody, but well, all share custody or the mandolin.
We fight over it. We have to flip a coin every week. So
yeah, 1 week somebody else has it. So
very nice.
But for me, when my dad was a singer in the Philippines, and I think I got my musical side from him. When I was about 13, my mom said, I want you to take lessons in something. And of course I wanted to learn drums. And my mom, being, traditional Filipino, was like, no, it's too loud. I don't want a drum set in the house. So I was already kind of getting into rock at that time. So I was like, well, how about guitar? And I didn't realize how much I would enjoy playing the guitar. So I took lessons then, and then just kind of went from there. I played guitar all the time after school, in the car. It just became my passion. And so that's what I studied in college. I studied at Rollins College in West Park, Florida, and studied guitar performance, primarily rock and jazz. And I wanted to go more of in the direction of not teaching, but kind of being a composer or a performer, in an orchestra. And then my life just kind of led me to be in a rock band. But I've had such awesome memories and played awesome shows and met great people like these people here. And my husband, from being in a band. So professionally as a musician, as in playing out in a band, I've been playing for about 12 years professionally, but I've been playing guitar half of my life now. But when I first met my husband, I was in a band called a symphonic metal band in Orlando called Fields of Glass, and I played cello, electric cello in that band, because I played a little bit of cello in orchestra in high school, even though guitar is my primary instrument. But that's how we met, and then formed the band that we now have. Aside from ohikada, I am the vocalist, guitarist, and primary songwriter of a band called Auditory Armory, which is
very nice.
Thank you. It's and we're like you mentioned, progressive rock, so we're a progressive alternative metal band, and there's
very nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
I
You
love
should
all
send
that.
me some of that music. I'll play it. Believe me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming to you from the Auditorium Armory rehearsal room. So
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly.
Contact her with Dom, and I'll send you some stuff too.
That would be awesome. Well, we're going to be listening to The Road to St. Patrick's. Tell me about that song.
Well, you being also an Irish performer, I have a question for you. How many times have you performed The Wild Rover?
1,000.
Sounds about right.
I don't know if I can count.
So, this was kind of like our version of a popular Irish song. And
Right.
when you think about all of the songs that are out there by a lot of the popular Irish artists, when you think about all the songs that the Chieftains have done and the Dubliners, so when I kind of wrote the song, I kind of wrote it for when my daughter was an infant and she loved to dance. So it was like a happy little tune that just kept her going and going and going. So eventually I just kind of thought about it a little bit, and you figured everybody, they look forward to St. Patrick's Day. And what I took a little bit of a spin lyrically on it because, we've been living in a lot of volatile times. Now granted, I wrote these lyrics about 10 years ago, but it kind of just talks about, the more, like I say it in the third verse and you'll hear it, the difference is we're all the same, the more you think about it, so, and that's kind of where a lot of the language comes in, as we walk together. So, because everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day is the running joke.
That's right.
So that's kind of a play on it, but there's
Except for the Scots.
but it's an Irish pub drinking song if you wanted to make it that.
Nice. Very nice.
For the Scots.
Except for the Scots. So it's hilarious. So we're part of the Scottish Society, and so we walk in the St. Patrick's Day parade as the Scottish Society, as Scots, and so we're always like, you do know that St. Patrick came from Scotland. You do know he was Scottish, right? So they're always like, why are you here? Because St. Patrick was actually Scottish, and he came to save all you crazy Irish people. Just saying. And so everybody's Irish
We do play
except the Scots. Caledonia. See, there you go. Oh my God, how many times have you played that song as well?
I've lost count. And actually, 2 years ago, I played the Ligonier Highlander games out in the Pittsburgh area. So it's not uncommon for us to show up at Scottish events too. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and listen to this. It's called The Road to St. Patrick's. Okay, guys, I wasn't kidding about the Scottish thing. It really is quite hilarious. And I will tell you this. If you're in Orlando, you're going to hear the next segment when they speak. They're going to talk about where they are in Orlando so that you can celebrate St. Patrick's Day season with them. Okay? If you are here in Indianapolis and you want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day season with us, let me tell you about some beautiful situations, all right? So yeah, on the 14th, and you have to make reservations, Celtic Rain. Get this, Celtic Rain is at the Jazz Kitchen. Crazy. I know, right? And they honored me as one of the most powerful performers, women performers in Indy. Crazy? I know, it's amazing. Like, I'm still kind of having a beautiful time about it, but still come see us at the Jazz Kitchen. You have to make reservations because they're only taking half capacity. Okay. And please, please, please come see us, or you can come see us at Prime Evil on the 20th. That is our only family event. Okay, we are the 17th. We will not be with you unless you're part of the club that we're actually being hired for. I'm so sorry, it's a private event. But we also have one smoking event and one smoking event only, and it's on the 13th. Over at the Antelope Club, you have to make reservations. I know it's 21 and older. 21 and older, make reservations for the Antelope Club. Make reservations for Jazz Kitchen on the 14th. And then we'll see you on the 20th for a family night. Okay, guys? 7-ish. Love ya, love ya, love ya. Here's the next songs we are going to play. The Road to St. Patrick's by Ohigata. Yay, Ohigata. Then we have, it's Slammer, but because it is Darwin's Prophet, they put a V in front of everything. So, the Slammer. You have to say it like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The Slammer. The Slammer. Thank you. And then you have, it's kind of a steampunk space pop music kind of situation. And then you have the Graph Spray the Thundering Herd by Laughing Jack, of course, because, we just talked to them. They are beautiful. They will be playing as well, so look them up, but cannot wait till we see you next. Those are the 3 songs that are coming up right now. Cannot wait till you hear them. Bye.
Friends we wish to greet, we're all the same upon us.
White mist drifts across the shrouds, a wild moon in this wintry sky gleams like an angry lion's eye out of a mane of tawny clouds. The muffled steersman at the wheel is but a shadow in the gloom. And in the throbbing engine room leap the long rods so polished steel. The shattered storm has left its trace upon this huge and heaving dome. For the thin threads of yellow foam float on the waves like ravelries.
Hello, gorgeous people. That was amazing music, right? Well, we have our last interview with Ohikatha right now. So you guys, have you loved getting to know Ohikatha? I have. I'm going to tell you, I have loved getting to know them. They are some of the most amazing people that I think I have ever met. And we have so much in common, it kind of cracks me up a little bit. So here we go. Third interview with Ohikatha. Here we go. Okay, guys, we are back for our last little bit with Ohikatha, and this has been just the most amazing time with you guys. I've had the best time. It's been really, really fun getting to know you guys, and I can't wait to have you back on the show eventually again, because that's just going to be a blast. And so we're going to get to know you a little bit more, but we want to know where we can find your music, where we can find you guys as a band. Where are you going to play next? I know it's kind of crazy with COVID right now, but are you doing any live performances? Are you doing any online performances? What's going on with you guys?
Sure. Well, being in Florida, we've been kind of blessed, fortunate, depending on your perspective. Florida, we did a full reopen in August. I think it was August. They reopened all the bars. So we've actually been able to perform at limited capacities. Like a lot of venues, they are open, but only allow 50%. A lot of them will still require you have to wear mask coverings. There is social distancing. So we've been I've been playing in April. We've been doing a lot of duos all across Florida fairly regularly since the beginning of August. And
that's nice.
So it's been kind of nice. But we've been trying to stay within protocols, and we're not trying to cause, political issues. We're just not those kind of people. But so we do know that folks like yourselves up in Indiana, you've been pretty much locked down. We've been a little fortunate in that regard that we've been allowed to get out a little bit because of the weather here, a lot of the shows are outdoors. So you're not confined and you are able to properly social distance, keep 6 feet away. We've got a couple of outdoor festivals we're going to be headlining, and we're probably going to be 24 feet away from the next person from the staging area.
Oh, yeah.
So you get the idea of that. So we've been playing a good bit, and it's been kind of keeping our tools sharpened, which is kind of nice, especially as now that we're past Valentine's Day and heading into St. Patrick's, we're starting to ramp up everything that we need to do. I have my own personal website, DominicStCharlesMusic.com. Because as far as branding and marketing with this band, we're still kind of in our infancy stage. So I haven't really came up with our own website yet. So
we do have the Facebook page.
We do have a Facebook.
I was about to say you do have a Facebook page.
Yeah,
so.
And for those who aren't with us visually, it's facebook.com/Ohikatha Music, written as one word.
And how do you spell it?
I was just about to do that. Would you like to spell it? Okay. So it's O, and then it's H as in Hector, I as in Isaac, C as in Charles, H as in Hector, I as in Isaac, D as in David, H as in Hector, E as in Echo, and music, and that's where you would find us on Facebook. And
there will be a spelling test.
There will be a spelling test. And then
there's a quiz on that.
On Instagram as well right now.
And YouTube, because we the song that you just played, Road to St. Patrick's, we just released a music video for that. Just a few.
Very nice.
Yeah,
that's
we
awesome.
have a YouTube channel. We'll probably have our own website by the end of 21. But for now, we're just trying to still kind of keep the ball going, because I think everybody kind of identified us as Earn for the longest time. So we're still trying to get that degree of separation. But that's where people can find us. And I usually relate the dates on the Earn and my own personal webpage, where Ohikatha will also be. So
right.
We'll be putting a lot up on a lot of our social media over the next week.
Like you were saying, we have a lot of stuff like St. Patrick's Day. Like we have you'll find the dates there because we have quite a bit of dates booked in March already. So if you're in the Florida area, and it's like a little all over Florida. So hopefully we reach.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we actually have some people that will be listening to this that are in Florida, so that's good to know.
Right.
So they can go to your Facebook page, I'm assuming, and find the events there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's great. So just so everybody knows, that's facebook.com/Ohikada Music. That's OHICHIDHE music. Just so everybody understands that. Yay. I have a little bit of a cheat sheet because there is an actual like banner on our video.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Supposed to say that, admit that.
that's right. No, I just have this memorized because I'm just amazing. That's what it is.
You guys in Indy, do you guys are you guys able to play shows in March or?
Yes, we actually are booked for St. Patrick's Day and for the 13th. Everything, of course, is 50% capacity. And as you guys said, for us, I have some requirements for our band. Number one, we're behind our instruments, and that's like 12 feet of stuff, you know, so it's not like we're close to anybody when my mouth is open, singing. And I just say now, and number two, when we're out, we will have masks on. We'll have the N95 masks on, and please keep your drunk people behind the instruments.
Well, we don't drink personally. We don't.
I'm the only one who drinks.
Sorry, but you're at bars. I know you're at bars. These people are like, you guys are so good. I'm like, well, thank you. Okay, back up.
I know. They're like,
I'm so glad you like us. Yeah.
You see that guy that wanted to he just got up there and duetted. What did he have an instrument or something?
No, I guess he thought it was an open mic night. I guess was the only conclusion I could draw.
So great. I love the story.
In Barrel Beach at Sean Ryan Pub
It was
last
Drunken
year.
Sailor, right?
Well, no, that was we finally. I had been performing for 12 hours at that point. We finally played the last song as the Ohikada. And we closed it out with Drunken Sailor because that just ends it on a high. Some guy came up and put $50 in the tip jar and wanted us to do it all over again. And
some other guy got on the mic. And
next thing we know, it was just getting out of hand. And then
oh my gosh,
this year we will be at Kate and O'Brien's in New Smyrna Beach. That's why I'm wearing the shirt.
Nice.
So for our evening performance on St. Patrick's Day, that's where we will be.
Nice. Yeah. The drunk people crack me up. I love the people that come up to you while you're playing music and singing songs and ask you questions.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And you're like, I can't answer you right now.
I'm in the middle of singing.
I'm in the middle of a song.
You're like, I'm singing right now.
I'm just like, I'll tell you later. I swear. I promise.
It happened to me when I was playing Patty Cassidy's in Cocoa Beach, and a guy wanted me a business card between songs, and he wanted to start talking to me, but I still had 20 minutes to go on the set. And I said, look, I'm done at 1 a.m. If you can hang out, I would love to talk to you, but he ended up leaving shortly after that. So
yeah, it's like, great, thank you, but we'll have to talk later. They always crack me up, but just be sweet and hopefully they're not too drunk to where this one lady started banging on the table because she wanted to get the beat somehow. I don't know. She had no rhythm. And I'm just like, okay, because I'm the drummer. I'm the drummer and the vocalist in our Celtic band. And I'm just like,
that's awesome.
So I'm just banging my drum because I'm like, please don't let us get off. Yes, I play the bow drum and then I play a tom drum at the same time. So I have it strapped and then I sing. And
cool.
I have this little box that I just got for Christmas from my parents that is electrified, and I'm gonna try to do that with my foot at the same time, and I'm gonna be like that guy in Mary Poppins that's just all this stuff at one time. And you can just come to the show to watch me not die.
That's great. I love that.
I don't know. So it's a lot of fun. Just pull all the instruments out at one time. So yeah, it's great. But so this has been.
We'll play them all at once.
No, I can't
all at once. So we're going to actually be listening to Winter Memory next. Tell us about Winter Memory.
That was the song that started it all, if you will. It was a song I had written long before I became a performing musician. I'd written it in college. and I think I performed at a couple open mic nights around Cleveland. But we recorded that song in 2004, and I put it on the 2006 album, which we called Dancing with the Demigods under the Earn name. And that song just took off. I mean,
Nice.
it kind of was the song that almost pretty much put us on the next level as far as a lot of the bands that we ended up starting to touring with, because when a lot of these aforementioned bands were coming over, like I said, Fin Troll or, you know, like El Beatty, they kept getting paired up with a lot of death metal bands and black metal bands because there just wasn't any of that here in North America. We've also toured Canada too several times. And the part of it is, you know, here we were getting up there with a wooden piccolo, a 12-string acoustic, and, you know, all of a sudden you would thought we'd reinvented the wheel. Did nobody hear of Jethro Tull? You know, so then
Right.
we were starting to get multiple shows. We're doing legs of tours starting out in Cleveland, going all across the Midwest, like Denver, and, you know, playing all these shows, kind of mixing these songs in. And this song was the one that everybody just went crazy on. So we've always come back to that one because it's always, and we always notice that when we play it live, even in an acoustic
There's a
duo
good
setting,
energy to it. Yeah.
everybody gets into it.
That's
So
nice.
we're very fortunate. We're very grateful for this.
That's really awesome. Well, this is not the last time I will talk to you, but the last time I'll talk to you for the
Hopefully not.
show.
It's been a pleasure to talk.
And
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you
have
so
to get you guys back, especially because, you know, I'm sure it's, at least for us, pandemic wise, we've written a lot of music over pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming there's probably more music in your future that no one's even heard of yet. So we want to hear it, and we want to hear about you guys and what you're doing.
That one of our guitarists in the metal band lives in Indianapolis, and we've actually
Nice.
played the Arts Garden several times.
Yes,
in the Gen
they
Con.
are great.
We've
Yeah.
done 4 or 5 acoustic shows in the Arts Garden, and it was something we're hoping to do again once things are reopened. So
Definitely.
we'll be in touch with the
Absolutely.
folks there at, you know, the council. See about getting this
That would
back.
be awesome. Definitely tell us about when that's happening, because if you guys come into Indy after all this is over, and then you can like sit down, maybe do an interview with us live, because that would be really cool. And then they'll know when you're playing at the Arts Garden. We'll be able to come and say hi to you guys as well. But
Right.
thank you guys so very much, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to listen to all of the music that's to come, and the music that was on the show as well. It's been beautiful to get to know you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
You guys, I don't know about you, but this is what I know. I'm leaving their link below. Their link for right now is www.facebook.com. You could remember that, right? /Ohikatha. OHICHIDHE music. That is their link. Go check them out. They're so amazing. I am so excited for them. So excited for them. At this moment, though, we have some beautiful music for you right now. We have from Ohikatha, Winter Memory. I cannot wait to hear this gorgeous song. And then, guys, a little more of 5-Year Mission. Now, they have so many songs called Spock's Brain. This is the one called For His Head is Hollow, and I Have Touched Spock's Brain. Yes, I know. It is. But they made a whole album about Spock's Brain. I'm sorry, but who doesn't want a whole album about Spock's brain? Yes, I love Star Trek. And my cats are going crazy underneath me at the moment that I'm saying Spock's brain. Because they should, and I gave them catnip. I'm just saying. Actually, my husband gave them catnip, but there you go. Next is Celtic Rain, Caledonia. That's right. You get us, and you get Caledonia. There are so many versions of our Caledonia. This is just one. If you want a version of Our Caledonia, ask us. We'll probably do your own version. We've done that for others, just saying. And the last song you're going to hear tonight is called Oh Well by Quincy Fullaware. I'm never going to say this last name right. Fall Wheeler. It's kind of a rock tune, and it's going to be gorgeous. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Thank you so much. And the last thing I will say to you is this. Hear our music. Love the understanding of pushing people forward that just don't always get a hands up. And I will talk to you when the music ends. We love you so, so much. And I cannot wait until you hear our music again.
I close my eyes and think away to a time so long ago. The picture painted in my mind is one of frost and snow. Times were hard, the days were long, they left me very worn. And I often thought I was being smart, and then would come the scorn. I prayed for strength, I prayed for change to keep with the hectic pace. I'd look for answers inside myself to maintain a saving grace. The day would end and I'd be home, home with a heavy heart. And all the time of moving forth, I found myself back at start. Millions of people pass me by every single day. I looked up to see someone, but they all just looked away. The cold wind now comes down my back and chills me to my core. Now I feel I've reached the end and I can't take any more. The snow would blow across the shore, and was I what I seem? Did I know who I really was as I was following a dream? I see her face in bright detail as if it were yesterday. I hear her words now haunt again, the ones she had to say. Please forgive what I'm about to say, but it's something that you must hear. I look around this entire world and it's you that I most fear. I want for us to unite as one, it's more than I can bear. I know my heart died long ago and I cannot make myself care. Millions of people pass me by every single day. I looked up to see someone, but they all just looked away. The cold wind now goes down my back and chills me to my core. Now I feel I've reached the end and I can't take any more.
hands of all who need it in its unrelenting search to find. Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray!
Sacrifice myself for him.
Spot spray!
To get the blasted thing back in.
Spot spray!
Teacher gave me the knowledge.
Spot spray!
Got to hurry, damn it, Jim. Let's put Spock's brain back in. Bring and break in his hand. What is break is hollow. Bring and break, and I have what is break. I have touched
Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray!
separations, child's play.
Spot spray!
But as I work, memories fade.
Spot spray!
My experience is the cure.
Spot spray!
Laughter bears a million nerves, threading a needle with a sledgehammer. Bring and break in his hand. What is break is hollow. Bring and break, and I am what is break. I have touched
Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray! Spot spray!
Bring and break in his hand. What is break is hollow. Bring and break, and I am what is break. I have touched Spock's brain.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling stories, singing songs that make me think about where I come from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I've moved and kept on moving. Choose the course that I needed choosing. Lost the friends that I needed losing. Found others on the way. I have lies, I left them crying. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. Traveled hearts, sometimes conscience flying. Somewhere in the wind. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I'm sitting here before the fire, an empty room, a chorus choir. The flames have cooled, not any higher. They've withered now, they're gone. And I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When hands have shaken, the kisses flow, then I will disappear. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, I'm gonna think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
I'm telling you, fellas, you're gonna want that cowbell.
Back where I'm from, back in my day, man, they'd smoke their funny cigarettes, forget to pay the rent and say a will. They're fixing all the worries on the big blue spinning ball. They're not quite in a hurry, because they're knocking back a toll. Oh well, oh well. Far out, right on in righteous, that's what you'd always hear them say. Beef signs on leather jackets, belt buckles and painted on their face. Long hair and blue jeans and sandals we call thugs. Ain't it funny how some things they don't mean the same thing at all? Oh, well. buttons on leather jackets, belt buckles and painted on vests. Long hair and blue jeans and sandals we call thongs. Ain't it funny how some things, they don't mean the same thing in all the big bell-bottom blue jeans and sandals we call thongs. Ain't it funny how some things, they don't mean the same thing in all the
Yeah, man. Cool, baby. Right on. Woo!
Okay, so here we are. You guys ready? The Celtic Rain Radio Show. It has been amazing. And I'm going to say this right now. You guys, if you have music to play, please send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. And I will play your stuff because I cannot wait to make sure that everybody hears who you are. I put up the name of your song. I put up the name of your group, and people can go look you up. It's amazing. It's actually amazing. Okay? That is where we are. If you really want to hear the whole show, because Facebook is an asshole, love you, Facebook, but you're a little bit of an asshole, you need to go to www.youtube.com/C/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. If you go there, you get the whole show, everything from top to bottom. You get it. Okay? That is what you get. Because, yeah, Facebook has its limitations, people. I love Facebook just as much as the next guy. But YouTube has got its stuff together. So this is what I'm going to tell you. If you want to listen to it from top to bottom, no disruptions, go to the YouTube channel. It's always better. I know it's sad, but it's always better. Just /C for channel /Celtic Rain. You'll find me every single time. Love you guys so much. It is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. If you have music to send, please send it to celticrain777@gmail.com with a little description of your band. I only accept MP3s. You heard me. I will not take links to whatever music you want. I will not take YouTube whatevers. I want MP3s. That's what I'm asking for. MP3s, as many of you as you want to give me, and a little description about your band to this celticrain777@gmail. That's what I'll take. If that is not what you want to give me, talk to me and we can figure it out. Okay? In the meantime, this is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We adore you. We want you back every time. We love you, and this is the Celtic side of life. We adore you. Night, night, gorgeous people. Night, night.